Yo, what's up? Welcome to another video, and today I wanted to talk about Anthem. Now, I know people don't play this game anymore. Well, some people, but I wanted to talk about when we first heard about this game, when we saw it at E3, what was it, 2018, and when it released, and the downfall of it. So, let's actually get into it. So we actually heard about Anthem probably like 2016, something like that. Little rumblings of it, and we knew it was getting made by BioWare, which, you know, made Dragon Age, the Mass Effect series. Pretty good, games, series, everything. Everybody loved them. Um, like until they made Andromeda, and we didn't get a new Dragon Age game for a while. And yeah, we're not even going to talk about Veilguard in this video, but you know, it was kind of out of the box. It was like they were saying like it was a looter shooter game and all this other stuff. You know, some people were excited for it, Some people weren't. If you played a lot of Destiny 1, Destiny 2, it was like, what? Okay, let's see what's going on with this. And we actually got the first look at E3.
Hi, I'm John Warner, game director for Anthem. Here is the world premiere of Anthem's gameplay.
Freelancer.
Fraxley,
Listen, there's trouble. Big trouble.
what did you do?
I made a mistake. I hired some people. They weren't freelancers. I know. They said they could handle it, and the price was right. I thought maybe...
Unbelievable.
You're right. It was stupid. I'm sorry. But they're still out there. Somewhere. If you could just bring them back. Anything you need.
In the world of Anthem, you and your friends are freelancers. The world of Anthem is hostile, and threats can come from any direction. It's a dynamic world where the unexpected is around every corner.
Yeah, he seems like a problem for another day.
So what are we supposed to do? Fly into him?
All right, let's do this.
See you on the other side.
Our story is out there.
Now, we all seen that. And if you haven't, well, I just played a video of it for you. And when they showed this at E3, everybody, I mean, we were like, okay, it looks cool. But the people talking, acting like they're real player, acting like they're really playing the game, didn't sound real. And people were like, what the hell is this? Like, people don't talk like this when they're playing the game. So that was really weird. But, you know, the game looked nice. And the world looked cool. But it was all, you know, pre-rendered cinematic. So they didn't really show us any gameplay. But what we didn't know at the time, it was far worse than that. So we knew about this game around, we heard about it, you know, BioWare's making something around like 2016, 2017, right? And the game came out 2019. So you know, we expected they had a few years of development. That's what you think. They have everything planned out. This is BioWare. They know what they're doing. But we were wrong. They didn't have much done at all. So it was in this type of environment where the bulk of Anthem was reportedly stitched together in the final 12 to 16 months. So that's like a year to like over a little year when they actually stitched this game together of this massive 7-year development cycle. So what they're saying here, they had like 7 years to get this game up and going, get it ready, but they didn't, because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. And let me get to one good reason that they didn't. We were told quite definitely this isn't Destiny. One of the developers told Kotaku. So if you didn't know, they couldn't mention Destiny. They couldn't. That was like a banned word around the studio, because they believe that, this game isn't Destiny. It's nothing like Destiny. But we know that that's one of the direct competitors. If you want to survive as a live service looter shooter, well, just look at one of the developers, one of the games that's been doing it the longest, one of the first. Now, it's not the first. You can probably give that to Borderlands, but Destiny went to new heights. When you think of a looter shooter, people compare it to Destiny, because Destiny is just that big. So it's just wild. But we didn't know any of this at the time. We saw a game, we heard about a game, we saw a game, and we thought it was going to be all good. Well, we're wrong. But let's talk about when the game came out. Now, when the game came out, people liked parts of it. The flying was really cool. The world looked nice. The graphics were pretty good. It was just, the parts of it were good. But of course, we talked a little bit about the development. So it being all flashy and everything, with these cool suits that you can fly around like Iron Man, that was cool. But the gameplay, the mechanics, the story, well, wasn't the greatest.
The heart of BioWare games has always been their stories. Gameplay was absolutely incredible in their older games like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights and Dragon Age Origins, but as BioWare moved into the console market, their gameplay systems became far simpler and more accessible. They were still great, they were just a lot more streamlined. Despite this, their stories remained dense, full of imagination, superbly written, particularly Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect, just fantastic. Since the moment Anthem was announced, BioWare fans have been asking themselves and others, is this really going to be a true BioWare game? Is it going to have the commitment to great storytelling that BioWare is known for? With the exception of Borderlands, the looter shooter genre has always struggled to nail storytelling, and fans wondered if Anthem would suffer the same fate as Destiny or The Division, their bland stories shoved into the background as players were invited to painfully excavate the lore through in-game audio logs or out-of-game grimoire cards. Anthem's story is absolutely better than vanilla Destiny or The Division. There are cutscenes, they have a clear narrative flow, the voice acting is actually superb, there's a clear beginning, middle and end, it strives for some stakes and some dramatic tension, and it has some characters that work really well. It might be considered a decent enough story in most other games, but for BioWare, this story is just so beneath their legacy. It is a very, very bog standard tale about a bad guy who wants a thing for generic bad guy reasons, and a ragtag group of people trying to stop him. The foundations of the world building here are surprisingly strong. There's a cutscene towards the start of the game which really sets the scene for the battle ahead and mythologizes some heroes. But that cutscene is literally the only good story beat in the entire game. It's all downhill from there. The rest of the game, you're left looking back at that cutscene thinking, why can't I just have more of that? It feels like the lore of the freelancers and the world they inhabit is completely squandered in a story that just crescendos into absolute nothingness. And can I just say, you thought Mass Effect 3's ending was bad? Holy shit. Wait until you get a load of this. I won't spoil it, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on. One of the things I found really ingenious about the way that BioWare
Now, people didn't like the story in this game. Well, the story BioWare did, because BioWare, you know, they were all about story and making choices, you know, with Dragon Age Origin, Dragon Age 2, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, besides that ending, is all about the story, the characters. And did this game live up to it? No, it didn't. And yes, you can say it's better than Destiny, like he said, like Destiny's campaign or the Divisions, but that's a pretty low bar. If you play Destiny at the beginning, you know how the story is. And even Destiny 2, their storytelling is at the floor. It's some of the worst. And you know, can I fault BioWare for this? Yeah, like, cause we expect like the best storytelling ever. Like, when I think of BioWare doing a looter shooter, I'm thinking like, this is gonna blow everything else out of the water. But it was just kind of like, it's okay. It's mid. It's better than Destiny. No, we should have been like, this is one of the best stories we've seen, not just in a looter shooter, but in any game. This is top tier. This is BioWare. But no, we didn't get that at all. And let's talk about the actual, you know, level design, because we have to talk about, oh, you know, the level gate. If you ever played Anthem, you know about, in a certain part of the story, they just kind of stop you, and you have to get like these, you have to get inside these 3 tombs. Is it 3 or 4 tombs? But to get in those, you have like 4 or 5 objectives for each one. And it was clearly there to slow you down and stop you, to kind of stretch out the game more. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, I actually have this game on PC. You may be like, wait, what? Why is that important? Because I didn't play this game on PC when it first came out. I was on PS4. So I bought this recently because I wanted to try it out again and to remember why I didn't like this game. And I remember why I didn't. You know, I was like, oh man, I first started playing again, got into the flying and stuff, like, cool. The abilities, pretty cool. Then I got to that mission. It was like, yeah, you gotta do these objectives to progress. I'm like, yeah, this is just tedious. I can just tell you're just slowing me down. It's not that much content in the game. And if you don't know what mission I'm talking about, well, let's give it back to Skill Up.
The one time where there is some variation to the mission structure is at about the game's midpoint, where in order to progress the story, you have to unlock 4 tombs hidden in the open world. So when you get to these tombs and when you find them, you learn that you need to complete a bunch of challenges to get them open. And I think, okay, that sounds pretty cool. I like where this is going. This list of things that you need to do isn't presented to you in a clear, easily accessible UI. You instead need to dig through 3 layers of confusing menus to get to them. And I swear to God, most people just won't find find this shit and they'll have to keep coming back to the doors. I bet you any money that will happen. Anyway, the shit you have to do: merely kill 50 enemies, complete 5 world events, harvest 15 materials, collect 15 chests. Excruciating, boring filler. And when you do finally do all of this bullshit, each of the tombs you open, it's just a fucking room. There's nothing in there at all. No interesting boss or some cool item drop that you're like, yeah, that's awesome. Nothing but a stone slab and a text box. I could not believe it. This quest completely halts any momentum that might have developed for you at this point in the game. It's a solid 2 to 3 hour slog through utter banality. Before this, I was feeling like, yeah, I'm not really enjoying this, I don't know. But after this quest and what it forced me to do and how much of a showcase it was for all of the game's problems, I was like, oh yeah, this definitely sucks.
Yeah, I felt the same way. But, you know, besides the campaign, the mission structure, and all that, I want to get into what probably really killed this game. So, you know, I was talking about earlier how I'm a D2 player, I'm a Destiny player, and I came to this game along with a lot of other people, content creators and everything. And one of D2's biggest content creator is Glad. If you don't know who Glad is, it's this handsome guy. Now he's a big Destiny 2 content creator. Well, not too much anymore, but back in the day he was raids and everything. He still hops on Destiny 2, but he hopped on Anthem and it was going good for a little bit. So you see, they banned him on Anthem because he found a little glitch. If you ever played any, you know, MMO, looter shooter, live service game, you know, most of the time the developers are pretty nice. If you find a glitch or something, you know, they really don't really ban you. They might say something about it and they'll probably try to fix it as soon as they can, because guess what, that's their fault. You know, that's their job to fix the game. You know, we're finding glitches all the time in Destiny and Destiny 2. People don't get banned. Now, if you're cheating, like using hacks or some kind of like third-party device or something, that's different. But if it's something in their game, they fix it. And most of the time, the players don't get banned. Well, in this case, you know what BioWare did? Yes, we're looking at it. They banned him. They just banned him outright. Like, what? And I think that was one of the pinnacles of why Anthem started to go down. Because this guy was one of the biggest, like I said, Destiny 2 creators. You know, world first raids, you know, 2-man in raids, 1-man in dungeons, you know, all kinds of stuff. He liked the PvE. And it's just crazy just to see he just get banned like that. And that probably turned a lot of people away from the game. I know I'm like all over the place with this video. I just really wanted to talk about Anthem because I'm gonna give you my honest thoughts about Anthem. You know, I like this game. Now, is this game perfect? No. And we had a chance to actually get, you know, like a revamp. BioWare was talking about coming out with Anthem next. You know, kind of go back in the kitchen and cook it a little bit longer, fix some things. But you know what? EA, they killed that. And I really think it's sad and it disappoints me because I know Anthem could have been something great. It could have been next to Destiny 2. Maybe even overtaking it. Maybe. I feel like Destiny 2 has, you know, I think PvP helps that out a lot to keep like a community. But I feel like Anthem could have been up there, could have been one of the greats. The foundation for the game was there, but was it perfect? No, but they had something to work off of. The world was good. The mobility, the flying was good. The shooting was pretty good. The abilities were pretty good. The story was okay. It was far better than most looter shooters. Okay. You know, it had all these great foundations, but it needed to work on them. The weapons in the game weren't really the greatest. They all kind of just felt the same. You can tell they worked on the abilities more than how the different weapons felt. You know, I'm saying that, and you just heard me say like the shooting felt good. Yes, the shooting, like pulling the trigger, boom, 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 felt good. But one assault rifle to the next didn't feel different at all. You know, one sniper to the other didn't feel different at all. That's what I'm saying. If they could have flushed out the weapons more, where I want to be like, well, this assault rifle feels way different than this one, and it has this cool effect on it. I want to play with this one. It would have done a little bit better, but they needed to work on that. And EA said, huh, well, people, it got a, it got some backlash. You know, some people didn't like the game, but that wasn't everybody. But EA saw the negative attention it was getting, and they just wanted to kill it, which kills me, man. Because if we would have got a better end game, you know, I seen like the end game, like they added and stuff, looked pretty cool. Because the boss fights and everything were pretty unique. The world was unique, everything was unique, but it just needed to be worked on a little bit more. You know, 12 to 16 months, that's not that much. You know, take it back, put it back in the oven for a little bit, you know, give it, I would have been all right if they had to put it back in the oven for 2 to 3, 4 years. I would have been fine with that. But they didn't do that, and it kills me. This I see the gameplay, and I play the game, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's fun. But in the same breath, I'm like, oh, it's kind of boring too. You know, why am I trying to get this loot and everything? It all feels the same. You know, flush out the weapons. Give the suits more abilities. Release more suits. More javelins and stuff. That would have been really cool. You know, make the world bigger. Make the world seem like it's lived in. Because this world was empty. That's one of the complaints people had about. It looked nice, but it just felt empty. And there weren't much to do in the world. Like, it was like 2 or 3 activities. And that's about it. You had like these random world events that were pretty cool, but it was like facing this one big giant boss. You know, I'm just sad. I'm just sad every time I see this game. I hear somebody mention this game. I see gameplay of this game. This kills me inside as a looter shooter enjoyer. This kills me because I know this game could have been something great. It could have been on par with Destiny 2. Could have possibly been better than Destiny 2. We'll probably never see that game. Probably never see it, and it kills me. if you haven't played this game, I would say at least give it a try. At least if you're on PC. If you're on PC, you can purchase this game on the EA store. You can't buy it on Steam or Epic Game Store or anything like that. You can go to the EA's thing and purchase this game, and it's pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure 20-30 bucks, something like that. And I think you will get your money's worth out of it, because it's fun for what it has. And you know, getting through the campaign, playing with the different suits, you will get your money worth. You know, it's more than 8 hours. You get more than 8 hours of fun out of it. I don't know about console, if you can purchase this game anymore. Let me know in the comments if you can, because I have no clue. I can't get my PS4 anymore. The it's a first gen PS4. The HDMI port's messed up in the back, so I can't really tell you. But yeah, this is just a sad little gamer who was thinking about a game from the past that won't get any updates or anything anymore. I just wanted to talk about it a little. And with that said, you know, I'm out. I'm probably gonna go play a little bit more Anthem and probably put the game down for good, unless BioWare and EA be like, hey, we're gonna remaster Anthem. I'll be back. But with that said, I think I'll be done with this game. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.